Lakers Nation, what is going on? So, good morning. Today, we're going to be talking about some more college basketball prospects that are projected to go in the second round or undrafted, pretty much being linked to the Los Angeles Lakers at pick 55. But before I get into the video and break it down, really appreciate it if you could do me a favor. Make sure you help your brother out, Mr. 81, by liking the video so my channel can grow. Really helps, the audience. YouTube's going to push it to more people. That way they can comment, share. Make sure you guys subscribe as well. We're on the road to 4K subs, so I can't reach my next milestone without you guys' support, so it means a lot to me. And if you guys want to stay notified for, my videos on my page, I do post 365 days, so make sure you guys turn it on. And follow my socials if you guys want to stay connected with me. The links will be down in the description. So let's get back to today's video, right? So pretty much yesterday, I want to say I did see, a report coming from, playoff LA Lakers on his Twitter page. And I was scrolling and I was looking to see if there's any, draft content or rumors or free agency trades and all that good stuff, right? And I saw a mock draft that has Micah Pevey. He's a college, American basketball player. And he's a prospect, and they have him going at pick 55 on their big board. Projected draft range is like somewhere second round to undrafted, right? So hopefully the Lakers can find some wing depth because that's very important. We're in a running fast and pace league with, spacing out the floor, right? You look at, the NBA Finals, Indiana Pacers, you got, OKC. These are two teams that are just relentless, very athletic. They can guard multiple positions. They can guard the perimeter, right? You look at Pascal Siakam. You got Miles Turner. You got Benedict McMathurin. You got TJ, McConnell. So they have a bunch of guys that are just athletic and that can play, solid defense. You got Tyrese Halliburton, who's like 6'6", so he's athletic. He could play some defense. So they got some guys who are really relentless. And you look at OKC. You got J-Dub. You got, MVP player. Shea, you got Luke Dort, you got Alex Caruso, you got Aaron Wiggins, who's like 6'6". So the Lakers are going to have to find some cheap and young talent in this draft, whatever it's a starting. I shouldn't say starting, but like a center. That's most likely going to be your third center on this team, right? Because whether if you draft a center or not, it doesn't matter at any position at this point, right? The Lakers are most likely going to, develop them under the G League, so they're probably not going to get too much playing time on this, actual Lakers roster because most likely they're going to be at least, if not the 8th or 9th guy. Like, that's just how it is. But the Lakers are going to have to do their due diligence, their homework, especially the scouting department, which I do trust. And we've seen time and time over again, the Lakers have done a very good job of finding these, hidden gems, these diamond in the roughs in the second round, right? Early second round or late second round. Sometimes we even find some hidden gems like late first round, but the Lakers have done a very good job. So the Lakers are going to have to find some cheap, young, athletic, relentless wing depth at that position. I mean, almost every single team wants, 3-and-D wings, and it's very hard to find those 3-and-D wings. It's a lot cheaper. I shouldn't say cheaper, but a lot easier to find a center than a 3-and-D wing. So those are like the two main priorities that the Lakers should be looking at. But if we can get that, then go ahead and do that. I'd much rather the Lakers find perimeter help because the Lakers must address that. That's been an issue. And the Lakers have a lot of redundancy on this, roster, right? It's just the way it's constructed poorly. You got guys like Luka, Ospreys in the backcourt. The redundancy on the defense end. They're not relentless. They're not really athletic. So pretty much they're cone. And then next to him, you got LeBron James, who was 40, year 22. Like, that's a problem when he's the most athletic player in your star lineup. And he's in year 22. So the Lakers must fill that void. Also, guess who you have next to him? By the way, you got Rui Hachimura, who's unathletic. Yes, he's been better defensively. I mean, he was huge in the postseason in the first round against the Minnesota Timberwolves, but just wasn't enough. I mean, he's a player that could just operate, shoot in the mid-range area, get to his spot, shoot over the top. But he has the gravity, he has the size and the weight. It's just that he's 6'9". He can't really guard the twitcher, athletic wings. So he's gonna have trouble, doing that, right? So he's better suited at the 4, but he's playing a 3 position because of LeBron James at this point of his career. So he's playing a position that he shouldn't be, playing. You get what I'm trying to say? So I think the Lakers should find these diamond in the roughs. Like, most likely, they're probably going to be in and out of the league, like I said, 1 or 2 years. But if you can, be lucky and find that hidden gem in the second round, then you go do that, because I'm hearing this draft class is very deep, and you're probably going to find, if not a rotation piece in the second round, or if not a starting caliber player. So I'm hoping that the Lakers can do that. But going back to Micah Pevey, like I said, he's projected to go second round or undrafted. He's an American basketball player, an NBA prospect who did play college basketball for Georgetown Hoyas, Texas Tech, and TCU. In the 2023-24 season, he made 26 three-pointers, which was more than the previous 3 seasons combined. During the regular season, he led the Big East Conference in steals per game. In March of 2025, he was named to the All-Big East First Team. In May 2025, he was invited to the NBA Draft Combine along with Thomas Sober, who is supposed to be drafted in this year's draft. And I think he should be like a first-round pick. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Micah Pevey, he's a fifth-year senior in college. He does play positions like shooting guard, small forward. So he's athletic. He's like a 3-and-D, wing. He's versatile. That's what we need on this team. But he was a senior. This year he did average around 17.2 points per game, shot 48.1% from the field, 5-point rebounds, 3.6 assists, 0.5 blocks, 2.3 steals, and shot 40% from 3 on near 4.1 attempts per game, which was a career high. His previous year with TCU, he did shoot around 31% on 2.6 attempts per game. But he also shot this year 66% from the foul line, which is terrible. So that's something that he definitely needs to work on, and hopefully improves and develops as he, translate the NBA. Like, a lot of times you could be a great shooter in college, but it might take some time to develop that and carry that at the NBA level, because it's just a lot different, right? You're going up against strength, grown men in the NBA, right? But he did play 32 games. They were all starts, and he did play around 37.1 minutes a night, most minutes in his collegiate career. So that's the beauty of finding these, hidden, talent, these, gems, right? But if he's going undrafted, then I would take a chance on him, especially if the Lakers are going to go get a center in the draft, or if they keep the 55th overall pick or not, or if they just move up in the draft to get a higher draft pick, right? So let's break it down, little game about him. So he's 23 years of age, Micah Pevey. He's just older. The Lakers like those seasoned, college prospects that pretty much understand the role. Like, not everybody has to be a superstar and all-star. I mean, he's a player that's just going to come in, do the dirty work, just listen, and get, experience at the NBA level. Like, ask questions, right? You're always going to get those vets that are going to teach you, help you grow and develop. But he's athletic. He's 6'8", that's his height, weighs about 220 pounds. And he's pretty much an energetic, swingman, known for his strong build, defensive versatility, and improved three-point shot. He makes hustle plays on both ends of the floor and projects as a potential 3-and-D contributor off the bench. However, his offensive game still needs refinement. He lacks an elite first step, can be careless with the ball, leading to turnovers. So something that he does to, work on, needs to, improve, because guys are just going to pick you up 94 feet. But sometimes players that do play college basketball and are supposed to, go to the NBA draft and, play in NBA, a lot of times they're just careless, or they're just too passive, right, with the ball. You get what I'm trying to say? But he does struggle with, shot selection and free throw consistency. So hopefully he could be consistent. I mean, maybe look for, like, a coordinator or someone that can help your shot and grow it. That's how you improve. But his ball handling and playmaking also remains areas for improvement, and he can occasionally have defensive lapses, so he could struggle. Hopefully he could just stay on his man, but he has a mid-range game. I did watch some highlights, and that's what I like. He has, like, that very good mid-range game. He could get to the rim. He's a 3-level scorer, super athletic. So, Lakers fans, NBA fans in general, you guys let me know in the comment section how do you guys feel about Micah Pevey. Would you guys select him with pick 55? Or would you rather go with, that prospect that I did, talk about from Florida State Seminoles, Jameer Watkins? But I wouldn't mind a player like Micah Pevey. Like, there's so many wing depth at, this draft class. So that's what I would do if I'm the Los Angeles Lakers. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully the Lakers can find that right, prospect, that project player that you're going to grow for like the next few years. Some that are going to be younger, like 18, 19, 20, 21, but they're going to be players that are older, that are coming to be, prepared and ready at the, NBA levels. So I'm hoping that the Lakers do draft either center or 3-and-D wing, because like that should be the priority. Like that's not even a question. But that's here and say. Let me know in the comment section if there's any other draft prospects. Man, I can't talk. It's so early in the morning. That you guys want to see me talk about. Or if there's any trades, ideas, or any, free agent signings you guys want to see me cover. Because, the draft is around the corner, June 25th and June 26th. And I actually looked it up. And this was like my question. What if the draft was going to be 2 days in a row like it was last year? It was the first time last season because of the headlines around, Bron James. But this time, it's 2 days in a row. Once again, you got the first round, the first day, and then the second day, you got the second round. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm still waiting on the Kevin Durant news. I think that's going to be the first domino to fall. But this is going to be one of the best off seasons that we have had in a while. I mean, Desmond Bane just got traded to the Orlando Magic, right? So they needed some shooting. I know I'm going on a tangent. I'm going a little bit off topic, but I just had to bring it up because sometimes there's good things and sometimes there's bad things going into the offseason. The thing I don't like about the offseason is there's just a lot of, speculation. Sometimes there's just a lot of clickbait, people just trying to get views. But a lot of the time it's not legit. Sometimes it's true or sometimes it's false, but people are just putting out things just to do it. But yeah, man, I'm out of here. Peace. Cheers.